So you guys may or may not have seen my last story, but I don't want to come off as like a hater, a person that just goes on social media to rant to people that I don't know about problems going on in my life. But like the social media and the fitness industry are just heavily intertwined at this point, and I just wanted to come on and kind of give my story about like why I feel kind of, you know, disassociated with the fitness industry and just kind of like let you know like what happened to me in my story. So it was about 3.5 years ago at this point when I first started getting into like lifting seriously and like bodybuilding. Like before that with high school sports and college, like I was always just like going to the gym here and there, but I never took like my diet and like training and having like a really plan like seriously. And so about 3.5 years ago when I started to take it seriously, I always had my Instagram account, but I decided that I was going to make a new Instagram account to kind of track my progress, and I was not involved like in social media, like in the fitness industry at all. So I did not know like how toxic of like a place it was, and I was, pretty naive, thinking that like people on there genuinely wanted to like help me or would be willing, or I just didn't realize like how scummy of like a place like it truly is. So me being naive, 3.5 years ago, I started my Instagram account, but then I also started a company called Buff Food. And the idea behind buff food, it was a play on words. So buff, meaning in order to get buff, you had to eat good food. And I wanted to base a clothing line behind that. And I was just, again, I wanted to get started and I wanted to network with people and just kind of like build a brand, something that like I truly believed in. Not because like I thought it was just going to make like a ton of money or become the next Nike, but because I thought that was like a message that really coincided with like what bodybuilding is and like what you truly have to do to gain muscle. I thought that was a message that like people could relate to. So I knew I was going to have to reach out to other people in the fitness community to model my clothes. But I knew that they weren't really going to respond to me if they saw that I only had like 500 followers or something. So I really wanted to grow my account so that I would seem like somebody that was like reliable or like a trustworthy source when asking someone to do like product posts. And little did I know how many gurus there were out there that were just so willing to help you grow your account and make you big in the fitness industry that had already had tons of client success. Success. So there was a guy, I'm not going to name his name, maybe I will later on, depending if people actually care about this story. But this is actually kind of insane. This dude, we'll just make up a name, we'll say Roger. So Roger pretty much reached out to me saying, "Hey man, I can help you grow your account. I can help you make your business huge. It'll make everybody want to be a part of it." So I said, "Yeah, great. That sounds fantastic. How are we going to grow it? What are we going to do?" He said, "Well, the only way to grow your account," and again, this was 3.5 years ago. I've obviously wisened up a lot more since then. But he said pretty much the best way to grow your account is by doing a giveaway. And I'm thinking, okay, sure, that makes sense. So pretty much what he did was he sent me a list of B tier to C tier celebrities, and one of them on there was a person from the Real Housewives of Orange County. And he pretty much said if I gave him, it was a couple $100, but if I gave him a couple $100, this woman from the Real Housewives of Orange County was going to post me on her story doing a giveaway saying, "Oh, follow my account and a couple others to enter the giveaway and then post the giveaway to your story." And I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Wow, really? Like this celebrity would do that?" I mean, it makes sense. I guess, they're B tier, C tier. They're probably not making as much money as they used to. And so I was like, "Yeah, this sounds like a great idea. I'm not buying followers. This is a great way to like grow my Instagram account and, just get started." So we went through with it. The person posted me on their story. I started getting, followers were coming in because people wanted to win the giveaway. People that looked up to this person on this TV show, they wanted to be like her, and they said, "Sure, yeah, I'll enter this giveaway." And so I got somewhere between like 1 to 2,000 like real followers like overnight, and I couldn't believe it. I had never seen growth like that in social media, and again, I was, completely naive to like what was going on. And then right around the 2,000 follower mark, it started to slow down like heavily. And so I reached out to this guy and I said, "Hey, like you made me the promise that like this person was going to get me like thousands of followers. Like what's going on here?" And he said, "Oh, don't worry. There's probably another like 7 to 10,000 followers that are going to follow your account. It just takes time." And I said, "Okay, that makes sense. So I guess I'll just be patient." And right around when the followers like completely stopped, it then again a few days later it just picked up like crazy, and I was getting like 100 followers like every couple minutes. And I was like, this seems kind of sketchy. Why did it all out of nowhere just like pick up again like crazy? So I started clicking on the accounts that were following me, and all of the accounts seemed very sketchy, or they were fake, or they looked like they were from like another country. And it turns out, so yeah, those first 1 to 2,000 followers were real. But then when he couldn't keep up with his promise, he just sent me about close to 10,000 fake accounts, which completely screwed my ability to grow on Instagram. So ever since then, I've been posting for the past 3.5 years straight, trying to grow my account and just honestly, really just document my journey. And I just really wanted it as a place for people to look at me. But now I can't even get on anyone's explore page because everyone thinks, or because the algorithm thinks all of my followers are fake. So they think I'm a fake account. And it's funny because I think every single day when you go on Instagram, if you are in the social media fitness community, you will see someone saying, "Oh, buy my program. Oh, you can become rich too. You can get a nice car if you just become an online coach and I can teach you how to become a coach, or you can become an IFBB pro. You just need to hire a coach." And it's like, I think every single person now has to take anything they see that someone posts about like paying money for something in the fitness, social media community. Everybody has to take it with a grain of salt because you just know almost everyone on there is trying to scam you in some way or another. And I'm just happy that it happened to me 3.5 years ago and not today, because now people are even better at it. And I'm not posting this story to say woe is me, but I'm just trying to make a point, like how did we go from like just working out to like saying how am I going to rip people off? Because it seems like there's more people trying to rip people off than there are people just trying to post about their fitness community or like document their journey. And it's like, is it even about working out anymore? Like, I'm really not even sure.